When we were kids, we didn't know we had everything. Oh yeah. A loving mother, sunshine, we were born Africans. And we're here, feeling it, dancing, worshiping the love of life. Feeling it, dancing, worshiping the love of life. Yeah. The love of life. I didn't think we'd end up reminiscing about the past. Oh, yeah. Dreaming of a land that's far away, life is fast. And now I'm feeling cold. I'm cold. Life's unfold. I'm told the world is cold. I would give everything to go back to my roots. If I and we are here, never fall in love again. I will make you mine. 'Cause my mother said she loved the way you represent. I am somebody. I am somebody. I am somebody. The one who got the keys to make me feel again. Yeah. I am somebody. Yeah. I am somebody. I am somebody. Keys to make me feel again. Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to Club Shada episode 209. I hope everybody's feeling good. I hope everybody's in the best spirits. I hope everybody had a great beginning of the week. This show is brought to you by Shada, where the gods of good fortune Sarah, Afro Alexandre, Winnie, Bernadette, what the hell? Yo, welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're feeling, I hope you, listen, remove your shoes when you get home. That's all you need to know. I want to acknowledge the stream royalty. There's no stream royalty. New month, no stream royalty. So if you want to become the stream royalty, all you need to do is to super chat $99. No, so not 99 cents, $0.99 or 0.99 euros, and you become the stream royalty for the beginning of the month of June. So help yourself and have your name here. Other than that, thanks to all the sponsors who are helping this show on a monthly basis. You are loved. I really need to start doing something about this plugin because it's pissing me off. Yeah, where was I? So how's everybody? Everybody cool? I made my intro shorter than expected today because I want to sleep early. Sorry. But I mean, the thing is that normally I would start like 3 minutes from now, but why not? For some reason, I feel like my volume in my headphones is, let me check something. Let me check my settings here to make sure that my volume is at full level in my headphones. It is. Well, I mean, as long as I know that everybody's hearing me well, that's all that matters. Sometimes the sound is louder here. Yeah. Mountain of Inspiration, how are you? Thank you for the thumbs up. La Milliardaire, how are you? I hope you're doing good or better. Juju Zhang, how are you? I hope you're doing good. Thank you. Listen, I have an interesting show for you tonight. Of course, I want to talk to you about the verdict. But before that, I want to go through a little bit of things. And then I'll tell you a whole story about why I call this show Poulet Braisé, first of all. I call this show Poulet Braisé because in English we say Amber chicken. So that's it. That's the play on word on Amber Heard, Amber chicken. And we say Amber chicken because it's les braises de l'enfer. And that guy was with Vanessa Paradis. He was with Vanessa Heaven. And then he left her to go with Amber Heard. Il est passé du paradis aux braises. From the heavens to the flames of hell. And yeah, he finally came out of it. But every time I was watching both of them, I was like, okay, that's a coincidence. Yo. But yeah, listen. But before I touch this, I wanna say, had him on the phone already 2 days ago because he was on the 31st. But yesterday, the 31st, was, first of all, put me in the chat. Where are you watching from and what time it is where you're watching from? Called my dad yesterday midnight to celebrate and wish him a happy 78th birthday. Wow, 2 years from 80. My dad is a legend. It is my personal honor to be his son and to have been able to make my way out of his shadow, because it's hard to be the son of a great man, and to be able to not only make my way out of his shadow, but also to have him being proud of me. He's actually what up, Malcolm Beats? This is what really to me matters the most, the pride of my parents. And so yeah, Dad, love you. Happy birthday. May I be able to wish you many, 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 many more. So yeah, he was in Kinshasa. My mom is in Paris right now, so they're not together to celebrate. But I mean, they've been together for 50 years, so I mean, you know, now everybody sends just stories on WhatsApp. That's enough. But yeah, you know, had him on the phone yesterday, had him today. He was enjoying in front of the TV. So I called him at midnight, of course. He was watching his football. But yeah, listen, it's great. And I post 3 photos on my Instagram to celebrate my dad. And they had a lot of success, especially the one where you can see him all white. That photo, like, and everybody was like, oh, this is how you're gonna look. Maybe I'd love to. Look at that. The prettiness. That's me and my dad back in, I don't know, I was 2 years old, maybe 1 year old. I don't even know. But yeah. And that's him with Thomas Sankara. So that's a long time ago. So yeah, listen, my dad, I've seen history. He's part of the history of my country. And yeah, listen, as proud he is of me, I'm proud of him. So yeah, amazing. Can't wait to go to Congo and celebrate in real life. Another thing that I wanted to do, but I don't think we'll have the time today. But I want to, so I'll keep it for later. But I want to talk to you about Justin Timberlake selling his catalog of music to Hypnosis. And it's very interesting how this sparkled the conversation, and people don't really understand. And it's very interesting to see the comments of most people when we have the conversation about this. Let me find it. When you see the comments of people on Twitter, you realize that most of people not only don't know nothing about music, but you also realize they don't know nothing about business and life. But they keep coming and commenting about things that they have no clue how it works and why people will decide to do what they do. And a lot of the comments you see from the ignorance are, oh, he doesn't have any money, that's why he's selling his catalog. And people don't really realize what it means to sell your catalog, because you can sell your music catalog from so many different ways. You can sell your catalog as the mechanical royalty, meaning that every time there's streams, sales of CDs, sales of objects, goods, you're supposed to receive X amount from that. And if you are the owner of your catalog, like me, for example, and you receive revenue from the sales, from the streams, from the YouTube views, etc., you can sell that. But you can also sell your publishing catalog, which means when you are writing songs for you and others, you have the author, composer, and you also have the publishing part. So you can sell the publishing part, which is 50% of what a song generates when it plays on radio, when it plays in concerts, when it plays in movies, etc. The sync licensing, you make money from that as well when you are a composer or a writer. Now, thanks a lot, Mountain. Now, you can also sell all of it. And some people even sell like, yeah, the whole everything. It's just like, and I was seeing very interesting commentary from people when after Justin Timberlake sold his catalog, like a lot of other artists did. But you have to understand why somebody would do that. And it's funny because you have all these people that are talking as if 100 million was nothing. And those people probably make less than 10,000 in the whole year. But they talk like if 100 million. Yo, listen. First of all, you have to understand what did he sell and how. So he sold his catalog to the fund called Hypnosis, and is backed by Blackstone, which is a huge fund that is buying everything. Like they have $1 billion and they can buy stuff here and there. And they're just buying big catalogs of songs that generate income. And I'm going to explain to you why. So, Hypnotic Song Management has, using cash from its Blackstone-backed private fund, acquired the song catalog of superstar artist and writer Justin Timberlake. It has acquired 100% of all of Timberlake's copyright, ownership, and financial interest of the writer and publisher share of public performance income and the catalog of musical composition written by Justin Timberlake. So everything that is coming from song playing on TV, song playing in movies, song playing in radio, all these revenue that is generated every month, they bought everything. So that instead of going to Justin, it will now go to them. And when you think about it, you have to ask yourself, if you have a music catalog, that is generating income, let's say, let me give you simple examples of why would somebody sell their music catalog. Personally, I'm an independent artist. I own everything I do. I own my songs. My songs are under my copyright. So I make 100% of the money of my song when they play on YouTube, like they're playing right now, on Spotify, Apple Music, etc. All the money that is generated from all these places, I own, and I make 100% of that money. As a producer, executive, and also as an artist, I also own the artist part because I'm the artist, right? I also write most of my songs, probably 99.9% of my songs, I write them. So I'm the author of all these songs. So every time they play on radio, on Spotify, on TV, in a movie, etc., on YouTube as well, I also get publishing money because I also compose for me and other people, Judge, Nelson Freitas, Blaya, Anselmo Ralph, all these people, Eligio, Sumia, BG, because I compose and write for all these artists. All the songs I wrote or co-wrote or produced and composed. I'm also the owner of that catalog as a writer or as a composer. But I'm also the publisher of a lot of songs from Looney Johnson, Eligio, ABG, Sumia, Taina, Tia, myself, and many other people. So I also own a publishing catalog. So the publishing catalog means that if I publish a song by Sumia, and she wrote the song, and I have publishing on the writing part, so she's gonna touch 25% of the money generated when it plays on radio, but I'm also gonna touch 25% as a publisher. So because I own publishing, writing, composing, and also copyright, as I own the CDs, the songs themselves, and I also make money from shows. I own the YouTube channel, all the music videos on the YouTube channel. So I generate income from all these different places. So let's do some fake numbers for you to understand why would somebody who's generating money, why would that person sell their catalog? So I don't know how much Justin Timberlake makes per year from his catalog, but let's just imagine something more human, I would say. Somebody that would generate, let's say, with very simple thing, let's say you generate every month 8,000 from all these. A little bit of publishing, a little bit of writing, composing, a little bit of streams, a little bit of YouTube. Let's say you make every year 100,000 euros or dollars. You make 100K every year. So if you want 100K, you have more than enough. Let's say your rent is a thousand. Let's say cost of life for you to feed your family is another 2,000, so that's 3,000. Investment, this and that. Let's say you spend 5,000 every month and you make 8, so you still have another 3 that's left for emergencies, whatever. Now imagine that if you make 100K every month, you're gonna need 10 years to make $1 million, right? And in these 10 years, you're gonna spend money, right? You're gonna invest. Maybe you're gonna want to buy a house. Maybe you're gonna have a mortgage, etc., etc. But you're gonna have to make 10 million, right? You're gonna need 100 years at this space. Now, if somebody comes to you and tells you, look, you generate 100,000 per year, which means in 10 years you will make $1 million. I'm giving you 5 million now. You're gonna have to think about it. Even if you are making good money. If you're making good money, you make 10,000K per month, and somebody tells you, I'm giving you 5 million now to have all your catalog, everything. I want the money that is generated from your YouTube channel. I want the money that is generated from your streams. I want the money generated from your writing, from your composing, etc., etc. Of course, I'll give you a percentage of 6%, 10%, based on the fact that you have to give copyright to when you become the owner, right? But so you will get your little artist share, but I'm willing to give you 5 million right now, and I become the owner of your catalog. Now you have to think about it. How long does it take you to generate 5 million at your current pace? So let's say you make 10K per month. So 10K multiply by 12. In 1 year, you make 120K. So that's 1 year. So if you multiply by 10, in 10 years, you make 1,000,002. You need another, I would say, by 4. To make 4,800,000, you need 40 years if you make 100K. If you make 100K per month, you're going to need 40 years to make 4.8 million. So now, let's say that you want to be the owner and you don't care, blah, 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 and you say, nah, it's not my price, I'm not interested. And if you're 20 years old and you have all this catalog that is making that money, and you're like, yo, when I reach 60, yeah, I'm cool. When I reach 60, yeah, I'll make my 4 million in 40 years. If my catalog continues to generate that money, the back catalog, which means all your catalogs of songs and the new things you did, and maybe you can do a hit, etc., etc. But if you are, if you're 50 years old, if you're like me, let's say you are like me, you make 100K per year from your music, and in 40 years you will be 90. You don't know if you want to work like this for another 40 years, creating songs all the time, etc., etc., when you could make 5 million right now, and with these 5 millions, you take 2 millions, and you buy yourself everything you need for you and your family. You buy a house, you buy a nice car, something for the family, house, car, everything you need. I think with a million and some, you're good. Then you take maybe the other million, you leave it in your bank account for things that you might need, maybe a second house, or house like education for your children. You pay for their education until they reach 25 some. You have a fund for those things like emergency fund. You're good with 2 million. Now you have 3 million. With your 3 million, if you put it in the right places, and I'm really conservatively, if in a place that would give you, let's say 5% of the 3 million, if you block them in those places. So 5% of 3 million is 150. Is 150, yeah. So 150 divided by that you would do per year. If you place your 3 million, you can do 150 per year. Divided by 12, you make 12,000 per month. So you were making 10,000 per month with your catalog, working hard, making songs, etc. And after buying a house, with 30% of the money, the 5 million, you buy a house and you buy everything you need for your family. Plus you have pocket money for 1 million. Listen, you're good. And you place your 3 million at 5%. So that's very conservative, because you could place it in more riskier stuff. You can put it in crypto. There's some places that give you 10%, 12%. Like, you have places where you can get more, but let's say in a conservative 5%, you just go to some bank and you tell them, listen, I'm giving you my 3 million. You do whatever you want with it, but I want this money to be blocked. So it's still my money, but I lock it there 10 years, whatever. It's just locked there. But you guys give me 5%. They will give you 12,500 per month, which is 2,000 more than what you were doing. And you had to pay the rent, and you had this, and you had to work hard because you. So this to me is a simple calculation to how much I would sell my catalog. If my catalog was making 10,000 per month, and it would take me 40 years to get 5 million, if somebody comes today and give me 5 million right now to get my whole catalog, I'm selling it. I'm selling it. Of course. Where would I keep it? I know how to generate more than the 10%. I know how to generate 12% from that. The right stock, the right this, the right crypto, like diversification. I would just go on a completely other business with my 5 million. Plus I buy a house, so don't, like, no more stress as I have to do a show, etc., etc. Now imagine if you are Justin Timberlake and you already made a ton of money from your shows, from your music, from your copyright. You've been making money for a long time already. You've been making money from the days of NSYNC. So you've been making money, millions of dollars, for the last 20 years already. So you probably bought yourself 1, 2, 3, 4 houses. You probably have all the cars you want. You have kids, you have a wife. You're good. You perform, you respected, you made movies. When you make a movie, you get paid like 10 million per movie. You're good. You don't even have to ask yourself what you would buy. And somebody comes to you, let's say your catalog is generating, in terms of plays, radio, I don't know. Let's say you generate 2 million every year from all this. And somebody comes to you and say, okay, you make 2 million every year, so it's going to take you 10 years to make 20 million. And it's going to take you another 50 years to make 100 million. And I come to you and I tell you the same thing. I'm going to give you 100 million. Listen, today, personally, I don't feel the need to do shows. I don't need to financially because I'm good, but at the same time, I don't yearn it. Like, it's just, I'm just past that part of my life, and it's okay. But imagine if I had no choice, like a lot of my colleagues. They don't have no choice. They have to do shows to survive. So they just spent 2 years doing 0 shows, right? And they don't, like, maybe they had to leave their house, maybe they have to go back to their parents' house, etc., live with a friend, roommates, whatever. Some of us suffered from the last 2 years. And now you're back to looking at your catalog. Maybe your catalog is generating, I don't know, 500 euros per month from your songs. Maybe you have less songs, whatever, or you don't have like so many hits. Maybe you're making 500 songs and the promoters are telling you, yeah, you know, you can come sing to my club, but I can only pay you 600. 600? Yeah. You know, I don't need you. I mean, I can just put a DJ nowadays. Like, he's going to play some Afro house and people will be happy. So, but I can give you 600. It's a cold world. Now your rent is 1,000. So you're going to have to take those 600. You're going to have to take those 600 because you don't have a choice. You need to do at least one show like this at 600. And if you make 500 from your catalog every month, you're going to make 1,001. So at least you have 100 left to pay electricity and some food. So if you're in this position and you make 1,000 per month, meaning you're going to make in a year as an artist, you're going to make 12,000 or 13,000. if I come out of nowhere and I say, hey, I want to buy your catalog of songs. I want to buy your 50 songs. Yeah, I'll give you 50,000. You're gonna sell that shit because 50,000 is 50 months of rent. That you're gonna be like, yo, wait a minute. Am I gonna keep suffering for that? Or maybe I get a clean start with 50,000. Maybe I can invest in a house. Maybe I can invest in a project, a restaurant, something. You can buy some Bitcoin, try my luck on crypto, whatever you feel like. Or I can just have 50,000 on the side and maybe try to continue doing some shows. But because I have the choice to say no, I'm gonna just do the shows that I want to do, paid at a certain price, and I know that I have 50 months to figure it out. So 50 months, that's 4 years. You have 4 years to figure it out, and at least you can pay your rent for 4 years. Or you can buy something. You can buy something small, depending on where you live. With 50K, you can buy something, and maybe get a job. So whatever you can just. Sometimes you're just tired of doing what you're doing for the price you're doing. And if you are on the level of a Justin Timberlake, maybe you're done. Maybe you did everything. You got money. You okay. You make good money. You make $1 million per year or whatever. You sell your shows in Las Vegas for $1 million to be there for a whole summer, whatever. I don't know his finances. But in every level, there's a price where it just makes sense to sell. Every level. Unless you have a plan that goes way further than that, on every level, it makes sense to sell. Because for me, really, with what I make every year from music, yeah, listen, 5-6 million, I'm selling. Yo, 5-6, listen, at 6 million, like I told you, I just get 2 million. I buy me the house that I like. I buy I get $1 million in cash in my bank account, and with the 4 million, I know I will put 3,000 in something very stable that will generate me probably, if I put 3 million there, I would probably put it in some DeFi crypto and try to generate and stock. I will diversify to have less risk, but I will probably generate with my 3 million a good 300,000 per year, probably between 200 and 300. So let's say I generate 200,000 per year. So monthly, I'm just doing 16,000 just from that money. And then I will take the last million and I will put it in something crazy. Like I will diversify, divide everything by 10 and put 100K in a lot of DeFi project that generate like 100% per year. So meaning that if you put $1 million, the next year you get another $1 million. And I would play now with this money that I'm willing to lose. I don't care to, it's not I don't care to lose, but I'm not scared to lose them because I'm diversified. And I already bought my house. I'm cool. Paid my kids' school for my daughter. I pay school until she's 20. Have some money for her university, her own apartment, etc., etc. Same for my son. All this, and then I can take $1 million to try something like you can afford to lose now. So me, yeah. 6 million, somebody comes tomorrow, yeah, take everything. I keep the YouTube channel so I can do my club Shada, but everything else, yeah, you can have it, because it's gonna take me until 90 years old to make the same 6 million. It's gonna take too much time. My NFTs, I might with the NFTs, I might make them quicker. I know how to make money, and I'm investing to actually do this myself, generate that money by myself using my investment in crypto, my investment in stock options, etc. So I'm not in that position. I might be in a position tomorrow when somebody arrives to me and say, hey, I want to buy your catalog for 7 million. And I'll be like, I don't need that money. I made it by myself. So that's what I'm working on today. But if tomorrow somebody comes and tell me that, I'm selling. But if somebody comes to me and tell me, hey, I want to buy your catalog for 200,000, I say, no, I'm not interested. I can make that money in 2 years. Actually, I can make that money in 1 year. And this year I made that money in 6 months. So I'm not interested. But at a certain number, it completely makes sense. So for in my opinion, Justin Timberlake just did the same calculation in his head. It was like, yo, how much it takes me to make 100 million? Let's go. And then he can move on to something. Maybe he wants to buy 10 apartment, 20 apartment, 30 apartment, invest in real estate, invest in this, diversify, invest in. And sometimes as an artist, you cannot do all these things because people want you to sing. But maybe after 20 years of singing, you are now on a level where you're thinking about, yo, I could actually do this, and I learned this, and I want to invest in this. Maybe I want, like, all the people who are commenting, they might have 3 lives already, and they want singers to just have 1 life singing. No, maybe you want to help other artists. Maybe you want to build a venue for artists to perform. Maybe you want to do something that has nothing to do. Maybe your dream was to have a restaurant. Maybe you were a cook before you were singing, and now you can do your dream. Build an amazing restaurant. It's going to cost you 2 million to do it. If you have 100 million, you can risk those 2 million and do the best restaurant ever in the best location, and use your name to bring clients, and clients be shocked that, oh my God, the food is amazing. Yeah, I do that too. And yeah, listen, some people are not ambitious, but ambitious people like me, they know when it's time to let go something to go to the next level. And yeah, to me, it's all calculation. And this is why a lot of these artists, Neil Young and others, what's his name? Lil Wayne and others, they're selling their catalogs for those amounts. And why does a company like Hypnosis, those funds, they spend this capital to buy all these big catalogs from artists? It's simple. Music is generating money. Those are assets that generate money every day from the streams. So this is capitals that you can use, this influx, to put in other things. Because sometimes you have liquid assets, so it's generating money all the time. And then you have illiquid assets, like if you have a house, you cannot sell a house tomorrow. When you buy a house for $1 million or for 100,000, this house is here. You cannot sell it tomorrow, and it's not generating money like right now, unless you put somebody to rent it. But now, if you buy a bunch of catalogs from a bunch of artists, and you have, like, I don't know, let's say a catalog like Justin Timberlake generates 5 million per year, let's say, and you buy 10 like these, now you're generating 50 million per year from all these streams, all these YouTube videos, all these catalog. You are generating 50 million per year. Even if you bought it for 500 million, if you're a big fund, you don't care, because you have hundreds of years to make that money back. And actually, if it makes 50 million per year, you got to make that money back in 10 years. For them, 10 years is nothing, because for them now they have assets. Buy a little bit of Michael Jackson, a little bit of Elvis Presley, Justin Timberlake, this, that. If you generate 50 million a year now, let's say you also invested in a big movie studio, for example, then you can tell this movie studio, use the songs of my catalog, and now instead of making your money back in 10 years, you will make it back in 5 years, because of all the money that's going to be generated. If you own a TV station, or you also invest in a TV station, you can use the same songs that you own and play them in your TV shows. so that you can create amazing synergies when you own all these catalogs. So this is why right now there's a lot of big funds that they are buying catalogs. And actually, I was thinking about it, but I'm just too busy. But I was thinking maybe I could do the same thing. Not with that money. I don't have that money. But listen, if you get like 5 songs from an artist that has just moved on from music, and he has maybe 20 songs, 10 songs, and you buy them for 5,000, maybe he makes only 100 with his songs. If you buy everything for 5,000, your catalog gets bigger of 20 songs, and the money you generate, you're gonna generate 500 more from whatever you were generating. So let's say you're making 10,000 a month, now you're making 10,500. And if you know how to generate money from music like I do, you can turn those 500 into 2,000. So you're gonna do a show like Club Shada, and you're gonna play the songs here. And you're gonna start, so let's say every month or every 2 months, you buy 20 songs from artists that don't care about music anymore. Maybe you have 100 songs very quick. And now instead of making 10,000 per month from your music, you might be making 15,000. So those are just, interesting ideas that I believe that, give me some unicorns if you agree. Thanks, Mick, sorry. Hey, these boys, what up? MJ, you here? Listen, MJ and I, we have a song coming. You guys are not ready. You guys are not ready. Yeah. So, let me remove it from my list of things to talk about. I talked to you already about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, but now there's a verdict. He finally got his life back, and she's been proven guilty of everything. And I think she had a little win, but no money. No, 2 million, but it was not against Johnny. He was against his lawyer. So, yeah, he didn't win by 100%, but we can say that he won at 95%. And it's crazy to me. And it's interesting that a lot of the advocacy groups are starting to, especially after everything that have been revealed, are starting to move away from her, because they realize that, yeah, she's not the right ally, and she might not be a real victim. And what is very interesting to me in this is that I've said it before, I believe that it's important to have all these groups to defend women, to defend the voice of women, to defend the LGBT, to defend the trans community, to defend black people, to defend all groups that need to have a voice. But I also believe that it's very important that all of us in the different groups that we defend, it's important that we are also careful not to let anybody hijack our message and our fight for their personal gains or their personal vengeance. And it is clear now to the jury, and this is now something that will stay with her forever, that she used the combat of the real victims for her personal gain. It was over between them. she was a toxic, they were in a toxic relation, but she's actually a very toxic person. And she just hijacked the codes. She just came and used that for herself. She just used that for, to have revenge. To say, boom, let's go. And took 7 million from his money. And that was not enough. Instead of just saying to herself, okay, we're not together anymore, and I took your 7 million, she said, I'm going to take your 7 million, I'm going to give it to charity, because she wanted to look like a good person. And then she went and fucked his name. And you know, if she did win, it would be a very scary place for people, because the world has been a scary place for women forever. But it has also been a scary place for men the last 5 years. Not because all of a sudden you said to yourself, oh, they have a voice. No, it's good that they have a voice. But it's been scary because when anybody can say anything and the word is just believe all women. Whatever they say, we believe. So wait a minute. So anybody, any one of my ex can arrive and invent something and my career is over? It means that somebody comes and says something about me and YouTube just say, yeah, we remove your channel. Yeah, but you don't even know if she's telling the truth. No. We believe all of them. There's danger in the absolutism. And the danger is this. The danger is called Jussie Smollett, Amber Heard. The others, I'm not gonna say their names because not yet. But there's another one or two that the days are coming. But it's this thing to me where, yeah, you just want people to take responsibility for the power you give them. If we give you the power to end someone's life, to end someone's career, destroy their lives, you have to be sure that you are doing it from a place of truth, especially when you know that once you say something, the whole internet will go crazy. So you have to be sure of what you are putting out there. I think it's very important. And now I want to tell you a story about somebody that, you know, I spent sometimes when I think about this person, it's a person that I'm in very good terms today. Huh? But sometimes I think about what I live with that person, and it feels like I've been with that person for 7 years, 3 years, when in reality, this whole story was 3 months. And I'm not going to say that there's a certain part of all the men I talk about that have been with a person like this. You see what I mean? We all have been with somebody who could destroy our lives from the inside just because of the toxicity. And for some reason, those are the people we kind of loved the most, and we don't know why. So I remember the first time I saw that girl, I was like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. And it's funny because they're always so beautiful. That's the first trick. And yeah, we end up meeting again, and he talked, we you know, we make out, etc. Oh my God, we make out, and in my head I'm like, oh my God, I win. There you go. She's amazing. And yeah, listen, first 2 weeks, she's amazing. Everything is perfect. And then there's the first time that she goes crazy out of nothing. And you're like, for you're like, you have no reason to be angry because it makes no sense. Whatever you're angry about, yeah, listen, you're angry at traffic. There's nothing you can do. Like, just be patient. No, if we didn't go this way, or if we didn't drop your friend, it would. And then you're like, drop me here. What? Yeah, drop me here. I don't have time for all that bullshit. And poof, I leave. And of course, she called me after, like, when she's back down and pretend nothing happened. And I'm like, no, something happened and I don't like this. So then she's like, where you are? I'm in my house. So she comes to my house, she remove her clothes. And that's how they do. Like, there's no solution. Let me fuck him. So it was a little incident. I didn't really take much of it. Didn't think much of it. Time goes by a bit. One day she calls me and tells me that she doesn't want to be with me anymore because I'm an artist, and she would prefer to be with a banker. Yeah, like, your job is I want something stable. I was like, what? It was goody urban sweet spot. And I'm like, what? She's like, nah, yeah, I want somebody more stable. So it's over between us. So I was like, I got attached. It was probably a month that passed. And I'm like, that's so unfair. Like, what's wrong with my job? And yeah, just stay there and had no choice. So it was over. And I was a little sad. And I remember Anofela calls me and tells me, bro, what up? What you doing? And I'm like, no, like, I've been dumped. And he's like, oh man, sad to hear, but listen, to change, let's change your ideas, maybe to think about something else. There's Redman and Method Man playing tonight at I remember there was a big club in north of Paris, Aubervilliers. They're playing there. Maybe you want to go see them and it will just change your mind. And I'm like, I don't know, I prefer staying home, depressed. And he's like, no, just come, bro. Like, be with friends. And Method Man, Redman. I'm like, yo, Method Man, Redman. That would be a cool show. Okay, listen, let's do this. Okay, we all meet at 1 a.m. Was it 1 a.m.? Yeah, we all meet at 1 a.m. Porte de la Chapelle. I'm like, all right, okay. So, stay in my house, think a bit, when those times you're just there, sad, so you can stop thinking about it, so you're just there. And then midnight, getting ready, take a shower, getting ready to leave, and to leave to go to the show. It was good, bon chose fait. I'm getting ready to leave to the show, and so I go to leave my house. There was a long corridor with a glass door at the end. It's like frosted glass, and as I'm arriving to the door, I see that there's somebody behind. Just being careful. I'm like, what's going on outside? And when I open the door, I see the girl. She's there waiting for me in front of the door. So I'm like, what are you doing here? She's like, I wanted to talk with you. I said, yeah. I was about to go, said, nah, I was about to go get a taxi to go to, and she's like, no, you know what? It's 5 minutes and I'll drop you wherever you're going. Oh, okay. So we go back in, and now she wants to explain to me why she dumped me. and tell me everything she said on the text. She want to say it face to face. All right, yeah. Put some lemon juice on my wound and some pili pili. Go ahead. Yeah, you know, you're a singer, blah, 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 blah. You're an artist. I'm looking for something stable. You know, more. I say, yeah, I got it from the text. You don't need to. No, but you know, da, da, da. So I was like, okay, I get it. You know, if I'm not good enough for you, I'm not good enough for you. It's okay. You know, this is life. And she tells me, so what are you going to do now? Well, I'll get over it, I guess. You know, I have no choice. So, you know, we had something interesting going on. I thought we had a good thing going on. And if I'm not the type of guy you want and you want stability, I understand. I respect that. So, yeah, peace. So now, what's up, ALC? So now, I'm like, okay, so listen, I got my guys waiting for me, Eligio and Anofela and Top One are waiting for me. We're going to watch a show to change my mind. So, anything else? Well, you know, I really like you. So, I like you too, but I guess that's not enough. If I'm not a banker, what else you want me to do? So, okay, we end up going out, and she tells me, let me drop you to wherever you're going. So I'm like, no, don't worry, it's okay. I said, no, listen, I mean, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going to Porte de la Chapelle. Well, that's on my way. That's on my way to my house anyway. So I'm passing by, so I can just drop you. We can continue the conversation in the car. And I'm like, I don't want to have no conversation, but all right. No, I mean, I'm not going to pay the taxi, so let's go. So get in the passenger seat and we're now rolling. On our way to Porte de la Chapelle, so she keeps talking and she's like, you know, c'est dommage, hein? Yeah, c'est dommage. Like, yeah, but you know, like, we were a nice couple. I was like, yo, what do you want? Like, you know? So now I'm here and I'm just listening to her and okay. So now we arrive in at Porte de la Chapelle, and she tells me, so Porte de la Chapelle, for those who don't know, Paris is like round and there's doors everywhere. So Porte de la Chapelle is one in the north, and that's where I had my meeting with the other guys, and everybody had, I think there was like 4 cars waiting for me, and with Anofela, Eligio, and them. So when we arrive, I call the guys and they're like, oh, we are here. I remember at that time I had a Nokia phone. I had like the banana, the one that you swipe up to open. And we arrive to Anofela, Top One, Eligio, and I had no idea, but they brought a bunch of girls with them, but like a bunch of girls, like not one, a bunch of girls. Like there was like 4 cars, and every car had 4 girls, and it was just Anofela, Eligio, Top One, and me, with 16 girls, and all of them looking nice. Like, so when we are parking to arrive near their cars, Eligio sees her and says, hey, how are you? And they all know the situation. And then there's all the girls that are like, oh, Kaysha is coming with us. And she looks at me and she's like, well, I guess you forget fast, huh? And me, I want to say, like, I had no idea that we were going to the club with a bunch of girls. Me, I'm going with my boys to the club, and why do you care? You just dumped me. And I just say, well, we're going to free show. So, all right. So if it's all right with you, I'm gonna bounce. And good travel back home. And I could see she was frustrated. So, start checking everybody, Hi, nice to meet you. Say hi to the girls I know. Introduce myself to those I don't know, And I don't fight for people. And now my boys are telling me, "Aye, let's go, bro." So me, when I get myself in relationship mode, I kind of forget all the girls. And now that I'm out of relationship mode, I'm like, wow, like, who are all these people? Nah, bro, I know fella is like, yo, you're gonna change your mind tonight. All right, okay. So we all go to this big party, and of course, because we were with me, all the security people are like, okay, call the boss of the club. They open all the doors. We all enter VIP, all 20 of us, and all these girls. So we they took a big table. They put us in a big table with all the girls, and so now we like chilling with all the girls. And I would say that I was not having fun, but I was like enjoying the good company. But I was not really into that because I just got away from, a really, really beautiful girl that I really had something. Like everything was working. So I was not yet into it, but I was still like, all right. I already know what I'm going to do when I get better in a week or 2 or 3. And so, those girls are here. And then she sends me a text. And she says, yeah, have fun with all your bitches. I knew that everything people were telling about you were true. You don't care about me. You never care. You a bastard. Blah, blah, blah. And long, And so back in the day, so the phone I had was this one. Exactly this one. I used to love that phone. I had this phone at that time. The 8110 from Nokia. Oh my God. Yee! So when a girl sent you a long text on this one, you had to click, 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 click to watch everything, right? So I'm here and I'm reading her text and I'm like, and I replied to her like, what are you talking about? I had no idea who we were going to the party with, first of all. And why do you care so much since I'm not a banker and I don't have a stable job? Why do you care so much? Like, take care. And she replies, fuck you. You know what? I took my phone off. I took my phone and I just was like, you know what? I'm in a party. I'm with some nice girls. I'm with my homie Elisio. I'm with my homie Anofela. I'm with my homie Top One. I see people arriving from Kaysha, you here a long time. And I see a bunch of other nice girls everywhere. So I'm like, yo, listen, we're the kings of Paris. Let's enjoy life and forget about this. And as I'm starting to, and Method Man and Renma are performing, etc. We enjoying the show, we loving it, singing along with them, for rapping along with them, enjoying the thing, talking music, talking with girls, etc. She starts calling my phone. So it's now it's 3 a.m. and she starts calling my phone like every 10 minutes. And I of course I don't reply because I'm here to enjoy. And she calls my phone, and I'm not replying to my phone. After like 25 calls, Eligio is telling me, bro, your phone is ringing. I said, yeah, I know, but it's her, and I don't want to talk to her. He's like, bro, you sure? And then he's like, you want me to reply? I said, no, forget it. And he's like, yeah, but maybe there's something happened. Maybe, maybe something went wrong. You don't want to be the guy who didn't reply when she was in danger or something. Like, and I was like, yeah, that's true. But I don't really want to talk to her. So he's like, okay, let me answer then. I say, yeah, okay, bro. I give Eligio my phone. Eligio picks up the phone and he starts talking, and he talks and he talks, and there was a lot of music. So he goes outside with my phone, and I don't know what he's talking about, but he stays outside for 10 minutes, and he's there talking. And so on the phone, she tells him, oh my God, I left the best man in the world. I love him so much. I don't know why I left him. I would give my kidney to him. This is how much I love him. You love it. And he's like, yeah, but if you love him so much, why did you dump him then? I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I want to tell him things, but then when I'm in front of him, like, it's something else that comes out, and it's just like, he's like, yeah, but the things you're telling about him, like the way you are into him, you would give him your kidney for him, etc. It's like, those are the things you should tell him. Yeah, but he doesn't answer the phone. He's like, okay, let me fix it for you. So he comes to me and he said, bro, he gives me my phone. Some people are watching, not putting likes. Give me my likes. So he goes and he gives me my phone. And I'm like, what? He said, talk to her. I'm like, no, I don't have nothing to tell her. He said, talk to her. I'm like, nah, bro. Come on, like I'm done. And he's like, listen, the thing she told me, the thing she feels about you, bro, I think you have to talk to her, because she told me things like, she's rich. She would give her kidney for you. Give me the phone. I take the phone, and before he says, hey, tell her, he tells her on the phone, tell him everything you told me. Tell him everything you told me exactly the way you told me, okay? So he gives me the phone. I take the phone and I'm like, yes. And she says, you see how you make me feel? Huh? Bastard, you see how you make me feel? You see how you make me suffer? You see the pain you give to me? Huh? You happy now? And I throw my phone on the wall. Listen, these people have a way to get under your skin, and they want you to turn violent, because when you become violent, they feel like you care. When you cared all along, but they need things to go far in the extreme to feel something. And if you are somebody like me, you're not an extremist. You like things to be chill. You don't like problems. You don't like to yell. You like logic. You like to explain things. If there's a problem, we sit down, we talk about it. We don't need to yell. We don't need to. These people will then start creating these things. So at 2 p.m. you dump me, and then you continue harassing me until 4 a.m. And after crying to my boy, now you explain to me stuff like, and then you explain to me that this is my fault. Why you feeling so bad and you can't sleep? This is your fault. So no, she was just nuts. So It's just people that are toxic. That's why I call this episode Poulet Braisé. Amber Heard chicken. Listen, at a point, I go back home, and when I'm back home, I think when I'm back home, the next day she's in front of my house. No, the next day she was in front of my house, and I'm like, "What you doing here?" She just gets in my arms and she's like, "I just want to talk. I'm sorry about yesterday." I'm like, "Yo, I mean, you make no sense. You don't know what you want. I want you. I want you." I said, "Listen, you said I didn't have a stable job. Listen, as an artist, I understand a lot of artists have no stable jobs, but the money I was making in 2004, not only I was making shows twice a week, but I was also the executive producing the albums of Sumia and Lizio. Say, on the top 3, it was me, Sumia, and Elisio in terms of sales. So I was making money from my music. I was making money from my sales. I was making money from their music. I was making money from their sales. I was making money from the shows. I was making money from the publishing, the copyright, all these things I was talking about. I was already making that money at that time. So when you come to me and tell me, and my rent was $850, and I was making $850 every 2-3 days. So you coming to me and explaining to me that my life is not stable, where you never paid the restaurant, it made no sense to me. But listen, if you want to call me and explain to me that, no, to me it would be like being with a stripper. Listen, you can judge me how you want, but listen, if I'm not good enough for you, I'm not good enough for you. It's okay. Others, d'autres en ont déjà envie. Vas-y, vas-y. Listen, now I'm here, and I'm like, and she was like, "Can we go inside and talk?" In my head, I'm like, "Nah, I don't want to go inside and talk." In my pants, I'm feeling like, yeah, maybe I want to go inside and talk. So we go inside and talk. Soon as she go inside, she remove all her clothes. "Fuck me, please." All right, let's go. So, okay, that's how I went back there. Time goes by. She keeps doing those things here and there, but I stay there. I don't respect all the alarms that are bleeping in my head. I just stay there. So now, I was young. So now I have my first ever tour in the US. First ever. And for the first time ever, I'm going to perform in the US, and I'm going to have my tour, my name. I have like a whole month that I'm going to go in Atlanta. I'm going to have a bunch of shows, etc., etc. So I tell her that I'm going to be away for a month. So of course she's sad, etc., etc. We've been together now maybe 2 months. I don't know. And she's like, "Oh, I'm thinking of going with you." And I'm like, "Well, listen, I'm gonna have an apartment there, but I'm gonna be based in Atlanta, where I'm gonna have an apartment, but I'm gonna go to New York, I'm gonna go to Miami, I'm gonna go to Minneapolis, I'm gonna go to a bunch of cities. But listen, yeah, if you want to go, yeah, just let me know." So I arrange everything. We, maybe I can even have your plane ticket be part of the whole organization, but we have to know fast. She's like, "No, don't worry. I can pay for my tickets, but I don't know, because I might want to go to my island, see my family, because it's going to be these holidays and I want to see my grandma, and etc., etc." So me, I'm like, listen, if you want to take that time to go see your family, well, listen, I think we were on the phone. I was already away for a week already, and I was like, listen, it's only like 20 more days, so yeah, if you want to go to see your family in your island, that might be a good idea, because family is family, and in 20 days we'll be together, and maybe, listen, after the tour, if the tour is successful, maybe we can go together somewhere. That could be cool. And she's like, maybe it's a good idea. I don't know, because I really want to say, you missed me. I miss you so much. I said, babe, it's as you wish. You want to come, just come. You want to go to your family, go to your family. So she's like, you're not going to be pissed if I go see my family? I said, no, family first. Family first, always. Go see your grandma, go see your family out there. And then, if you come back before, pass by here, or if not, let's pick a destination and go somewhere together after that. So she's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go see my family then. All right. So I'm in Atlanta, and the next day she calls me to tell me that she's at the airport on her way to Atlanta. I thought she was going to see her family. Oh, okay. All right, no problem. Cool. So the next day I go to the airport to pick her up in Atlanta. So she arrived, as beautiful as ever. She was looking like, she arrived, we kissed, and I was so happy to be together, etc. We go to my apartment in Atlanta, make love. It's beautiful. Everything is cool. And I get a message from, it's not important. So we spend like 2-3 days there. I do a show. She comes to my show. I go to a party that was hosted by P. Diddy for his Justin restaurant in Atlanta. All good. And I explained to her that I have to go to New York for a business meeting, and I'm gonna have to be there, and I'm trying to organize distribution for my works and every album of Section Zouk. We are trying to set up a distribution with some American record company to have the market be bigger for us. So it's gonna be a long, tedious meeting. I think you should stay with my manager in Atlanta, because she's gonna go shopping, she's gonna enjoy, and you're gonna do stuff, stay between girls. And me, I'm just gonna go in New York. I leave Monday. I come back Wednesday. So, but if you wanna come with me, as you wish. And she tells me, I wanna come with you. So me, I'm like, yo, listen, if you want to come with me, come with me, okay. So I booked 2 tickets to New York, hotel room, etc. And we decide we go to New York. So JetBlue, boom, pap, Atlanta, paf. We arrive in New York. We go to the hotel, and she tells me that she wants to do some shopping, and she wants to do this, she wants to do that. I tell her I came here for my business meetings. I'm really sorry. My meeting starts at 2 and probably finish around 8, 9. I can't go shopping. I can't do stuff. So she's like, oh, you can't even go like to the mall with me? And like, but what am I going to do while I'm here? I said, I told you before we come here, I told you to stay with my manager, stay between girls, and do the shopping stuff. You too. We have a driver in Atlanta. We have everything. There's a whole team that is dedicated to. So that's why I told you to stay there, because I'm here to work. It's business meetings. Yeah, but I mean, I said, okay, listen. Take my phone. Call my sister. My sister lives in. When the chat is quiet, it means that they're listening closely. So I call my sister, and I tell my sister, hey, listen, I'm with my girl, I'm in New York, blah, 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 blah. First, I want to see you. And second of all, do you mind, since you know New York better than us, do you mind taking her to the mall, spending the day with her, etc., etc.? I'm going to give you some money so you guys can have lunch, have dinner, etc., etc., because I'm going to be busy all day. My sister is like, yeah, cool. What time I have to be in your hotel? I said, oh, listen, come pick her up at 11. That's perfect. And then, so my sister comes at 11. We take breakfast together. Blah, 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 blah. We talk, da. Guys, it's 12. I have to go to my meeting. Baby, see you soon. Enjoy my sister. My sister is cool. You're going to see. My sister's like, oh, don't worry, my darling. I'm going to take you here. Okay, cool. She's in good hands. They're between girls. She's going to take her to all the best places the girls need to go. I can go and take care of business. So I sit down with Peter, Jube, all my guys in New York, and we start having meetings about what I wanted to do, which was expand the scope of Zouk music in America and South America. So I had meetings with one big label that was doing a lot of compilations. I wanted all the songs, our songs, to go there so we can expand. I wanted also to meet some distributions in New York and in LA and start having them choose some albums to start, to give them the license to put the music there, meet some people to try to put music in films, etc. So the meetings were great, and around 8 p.m. I receive a call. Put me some hearts in the chat if you're still here and you're enjoying this crazy story. So I receive a call at 8 p.m. and at 8 p.m. I receive a call from her, and she's like, "Hey, so I was like, hey, I cut my meeting a bit, and I say, I'm sorry, I just take this call quick. So, hey, so how was your day? My day was amazing. Your sister is so cool. We went here. We went to Macy's. She took me to Fashion Mall. She took me here. She took me there. I went to the Diamond Street. I went there. We even went to. I was like, oh, that's amazing. So cool. And she's like, what about you? Where are you? I said, still in my meetings, but I'm actually my meetings. My guys booked a room, an office to do the meetings, and it's actually across the street of the hotel. So I can see the hotel from where I am. I'm really across the boulevard. So as I'm done, I just cross the street, and if you didn't dine, maybe we can dine together. And she's like, yeah, well, listen, I'm gonna take a shower, and then but do you know how long until you finish? I said, I don't really know, but I mean, I think we'll try to finish before around, I don't know, 8:30, 9 p.m., something like that. I said, okay, don't take too long. I said, listen, if I take too long, don't wait for me. Call room service, book yourself, ask anything, and eat something, and then tomorrow we'll have a proper day together, and I can't wait to be with you and spend the night, whatever. Maybe we can take a bath together. Like, yeah, have to say something, and they're like, okay, bye. Love you too. So guys, as I was saying, blah 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 blah, and then my phone rings again, and that's her. So you have to understand that at that time, if you call me on my mobile and I'm in New York, I'm paying. It's not WhatsApp of today. I'm paying the long distance call. I'm paying roaming. So I'm like, why is she calling me? I just had her. So I'm like, so it's been 10 minutes. I'm like, yeah, what's going on? And she's like, when are you done? Are you done yet? I'm like, I just told you I'm working. She's like, oh, and she hangs up. And I'm like, what's wrong with her? So yeah, guys, as I was saying, I think that it would be. Hello? So now I'm starting to be pissed because not only I'm getting stressed by a person that doesn't want to let me finish my meeting, but I'm also paying money every time she calls. So I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you? And she's like, huh? You want to leave me alone? All alone in this room? Huh? You see what you're doing to me? And I'm just hang up. I just hang up and I turn off my phone. And I'm here and I'm like, let me just continue and finish my meetings. But now instead of, maybe I needed another hour, but I can't condense everything to maybe, I don't know, another 20 minutes. So I finished my meeting and I cross the street and I go back to the hotel. Arrive at the reception. As I'm in the reception, I'm here. I'm calling my manager. My manager is asking me, everything is good with you, darling? I'm like, yeah, listen. Yeah, but I mean, this girl, I don't understand why she's just, and she's like, be patient, you know how she is, it's okay. And I'm, yeah, but I came here to do meetings and stressed. She's like, it's cool. No. I'm arriving to the room, so hotels, you have long corridors and rooms, and my room was probably room 400 something at the end of the corridor. And as I'm arriving to the middle of the corridor, I see her. So I'm here. I'm arriving to the corridor, and I'm looking for my key, my card to open my door. And all of a sudden the door opens. And I see her coming out with her she had like a fur coat, long fur coat, her beautiful long and with a face like this, and her 2 suitcases, and she's just advancing to me. And me, I'm like, where do you think you're going with your suitcases? Where are you going? And she's like, I'm going back home since you don't care about me. Going back to Paris. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Like, and she's like, don't talk to me. And she started yelling it. So I'm like, yo, what's going on? So, and it's like 10 p.m. We in Brooklyn in a hotel. Yo, now she's, I go down and I see her leaving the hotel, because I had my window. I think I was on the 2nd floor, and from the window I can see her going on the avenue and going this way. And I'm like, where is she going? So I go down because it's 10 p.m. We're in fucking Brooklyn. We're in Brooklyn in 2004. It's not like you can just, no, it's not Brooklyn of today. It's Brooklyn of back in the days. And I'm like, yo. So I asked the person of the hotel, like, there was a lady, yes, your girlfriend. And I'm like, do you know where she went? Oh, she asked me if there was another hotel not far. So I told her to go at the end of the avenue. There's a hotel. So now I'm here and I'm looking at her walking with her 2 suitcases at 10 p.m. It's already dark outside, and she's heading to another hotel. And I see people in the street. I don't know if they're drug dealers, people like, and I'm getting ready to run in case somebody tried to do something to her. And I'm just there waiting, and I'm like, what the hell? So she arrives to the other hotel, and so I'm just there looking. So she enters, and I go back to my room, and I stay at my window to watch. So I call Elisio. So Elisio is in. So at that time it was 10 p.m. I think in Paris it was already like 4 a.m. Elisio is in the studio listening to beats, and I'm like, yo, bro, answer the phone. He's like, yo, what up, bro? What's going on? I say, yo, this. He's like, what? So yeah, out of nowhere, she took her suitcase and she just left. He said, what you mean she just left? Yeah, she just took her suitcase and she went to a hotel out there, and it's the middle of the night, and he's like, listen. And I'm like, yo, look, wait a minute, she's coming back now. I can see her. So now I see her coming back from the other hotel with her suitcases. I think there was no space there was no vacancy in that hotel. So it was full already. So she had to come back. So I'm like, oh my God, she's coming back. What am I doing? Listen, what can I do? Elisio tell me, listen, wait till she comes to the room. When she gets in, slap the fuck out of her. I'm like, no, I'm in New York. She's gonna go to the police. And just, no, listen, no. What can now? Stop laughing, bro. He said, I'm joking. Okay, I don't know. Talk to her. That's your girl. It's like, hang up the phone. I just stay there. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And she arrives to the bedroom, and I'm like, what happened? And she's like, there's no space in this hotel. And now she goes to the phone. She takes the phone and she starts calling Lufthansa. And she's like, yeah, I want to change my flight. I want to change my plane ticket. I need to go to Paris as soon as possible. I want to go. And so me, I'm just there watching, not doing anything. Then she called her best friend. And I can hear her best friend telling her, yeah, since he doesn't care about you, yeah, just leave, sister, leave. You're a strong woman. You don't need a man. Not saying anything. Then she calls her mom and she starts crying. Hey, mom, yeah, he abandoned me all day in a room. He abandoned me. And me, I was here waiting for him hours and hours. And look, he abandoned me. He didn't care. I came here for him. And this guy didn't care. He just left me there waiting for hours and hours and hours. He didn't care. Flew all these things, used my money to come see him, and he didn't care. He had his business meeting. He didn't give a fuck about me, mommy. I left all these kilometers I did for him, and he didn't care. Oh, I'm so sad, mommy. Oh my darling. Oh my God, I'm so like, can I speak to him? My mom wants to talk to you. Oui, madame. So she's like, hey, Kay, what's going on with my little flower? I'm like, well, your little flower is going crazy. It's like, first of all, I mean, I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what to tell you. She just snapped out of nowhere. First of all, she spent the day with my sister, and second of all, the rest of the time was like an hour maybe. And she was here, and yeah, listen, she's in a hotel room. She's not like in the streets. She's in a hotel room. She can take a bath, she can sleep, she can watch a movie, she can do anything she wants and everything has been paid. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but all I can tell you is don't worry. Tomorrow, I'll make sure that when your daughter arrives in Atlanta, my manager takes care of everything. I have my team there. They will take care of everything, and they will put her in a plane, and I will pay every expense, and she will be delivered back to you pristine. So, not all of them. Some of them, yeah. So, now, she spends the rest of the time with her best friend, talking about me and saying stuff that has nothing to do with the truth. And I'm here. I'm talking with Elisio, and I'm explaining to Elisio the situation, and I'm saying, "Yo, listen, I don't know. Like, I don't know how I ended up with this crazy girl. Like, and she's here. She's talking with a friend, and she's saying that she wants to take the plane, but at the same time, she's still here in the room. So I don't understand. Like, there was a plane there was a shuttle going to the airport at 9 p.m. So she could just go to the airport and leave me alone. But I don't know. She's still here." And then she stopped. She's like, "You stop talking about me to your friend. Stop talking about me." And then I was like, you know what? Why don't you just get out this room? Because I didn't do nothing to you. I didn't touch you. I was not violent with you. I didn't disrespect you. And she's like, "Nobody treated me this way all these years. I've been with people. Nobody, you treat me like shit." I said, I didn't do nothing to you. And now we have this conversation. You know, when you have this conversation with somebody and the conversation just goes like this, and he arrives to, "You disrespected me. I never disrespected you. This. No. And then at a point, I was about to tear up. I was like, I'm not a bad person. I didn't do nothing to you. Now it's 4 a.m. I didn't sleep all day. Now it's the middle of the night, and we're still arguing about something that didn't happen. And I don't understand." And she's there explaining to me that nobody ever treated her this way. I'm like, "You've been treated like a princess ever since you arrived." And she continues. And at a point, I think at 4 a.m., I just get pissed off and I tell her, "Get out my room. Please, get out my room. If you need to get another room, I call the reception. I get you another room so you can wait until you take your plane tomorrow morning. But now, I just need you to leave me alone. So leave this place now. Leave now." "What? Leave." So she leaves, and I go to bed, and I try to sleep. So now, at 7 a.m., I knew that at 7 a.m. there was the shuttle. There was a shuttle at 6 a.m., a shuttle at 7 a.m. And so I think at 7 a.m. she calls me, and I'm like, "What you want?" She said, "Yeah, to tell you that I'm leaving." I said, "Bye." She calls back at 8 a.m. "I'm still here. She let you know that I lost that shuttle, but I'm taking the next one." "Alright, okay, bye." She calls me at 10 a.m. and I'm like, "Why don't you leave me alone?" And she's like, "Maybe you abused a bit." I said, "Listen, if you come back up to this room and don't take your plane to leave to wherever you came from, I'm not gonna respect you anymore. So take your shuttle and leave at once." And she comes back to the room. And I'm exhausted because this been a long time, so I don't really remember the whole timeline, but I think we argue all night. And I just want to sleep. So she comes back to the room. I look at her and she just goes in the bed. And she's like, yeah, can I be in your arms? And in my head, I'm like, I have a voice saying, fuck her. But I have my pride saying, oh, hell no. So I'm like, let me sleep, please. Sleep, wake up the next day or that same day at 3 p.m. And, we're not talking, but I'm just there. I go take a shower. I ask her if she wants to eat something. She tells me, yeah, I want to eat something. And so I say, you need to see a psychotherapist. Like, these words are too deep. She knows your mind. So now I ask her if she wants to eat something. She said, yeah, I would love to eat something. I said, okay. So now we're walking, but we're not talking. We're just walking. I'm okay. I took some sleep. I'm just like, I don't understand like how somebody can just ruin this was the best moment of my life as an artist. It was my first tour ever in the US. I made it. I'm performing in the US. I'm doing shows, and it was just a happy moment. And now it turned into a nightmare. But, I'm now on my way to, so we're on our way to a Wendy's, I think. So we're walking and, so we're there, we look tired, but, a beautiful couple. We're just walking, we're not really talking, we just side by side, we're walking. So we find the Wendy's. I'm like, is it okay for you? She's like, yeah. So we order something to eat, and she sit down, I bring the food, and she's like, do you want to talk about yesterday? I said, what is there to talk? And she said, yeah, just want to know, like, what do you think? I said, I'm not thinking nothing. All I'm thinking is that, like, you accuse me of things that I didn't do. That wasn't fair. You exaggerated and you mischaracterized me. You defamed me to your mother, to your friends, to whoever you called. And yeah, all I did was go to my meeting like I told you. And I told you, wait for me at the hotel. So I don't know what you want me to tell you. And she was like, so what's going to happen now? I'm like, well, what's going to happen is simple. We are going to have a meal, and then we're going to have another night of sleep. And then tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., we take a shuttle. We go back to Atlanta. When we arrive in Atlanta, I'm going to book you a hotel for you to wait until my manager, Guylaine, will book you a hotel until your plane. And then you're going to take your plane, and then you go back to Paris, and I'm going to stay here. And she's like, so, and after that? I said, after that? Are you going to live your life? I'm going to live my life. And yeah, you probably will never hear from me, or from time to time we'll say hi, hey, what's up? How's life? But that's it. And she's like, so I blew it. I said, yeah, I guess there's nothing else to say, nothing else to do. And then she becomes silent. And for the first time of my life, I saw a fountain of tears. She was just food, like, I've I've never seen so many tears in my life. Like, it was just coming out, and the whole, it was never like, it was like you could see it was wet on the platter with the food. She was like, and I was like, and I was pissed off, and I was just looking at her, and I was like, there you go. Now she's gonna cry in front of everybody, and I'm gonna pass. So I just stand up, and she stands up, and she's like, and now I'm walking in the middle of Brooklyn, and there's a lot of black women, you know, and a lot of feminists, and they're all looking at us like, look at this motherfucker, such a beautiful girl, and he's making her cry, and he's there, and he's just walking like he doesn't care. When me, I was like, and she's just walking behind me like, listen, and she was such a beautiful woman, and for anybody looking from outside, it felt like a guy that is just mistreating his girl, where I'm just here. I just been like I've been mentally abused like for 24 hours. But now she's walking behind me, and everybody believes that she's the victim. So at that point, we arrived to the hotel. So we arrive at the reception. She's just like crying, red eyes, like, and me, I'm just there, like, and everybody in the reception is looking at us like, oh my God, like, what is she doing with this guy? And like, leave this bastard. And me, yeah, leave me, please. So we get in the room, and now she starts, please, I'm so sorry. I was like, so I just made a bath, put some salt in there, and remove her clothes and put her in the bath. I said, listen, just take a bath and forget about it. So she stayed in the bath, I don't know, an hour. I don't remember. I just watched TV, and I was not even pissed anymore. I was just like out of energy. I was out of mental energy. So I'm just there, like, watching TV, and then she comes out the bath. She arranged herself a bit. She like tied her hair and put one of the robes, and she just got in bed and fell asleep. And me too, I was dead. So we sleep. We wake up the next day at 6 a.m. because we have the plane at 9 a.m. So we start packing our bags. So we didn't have our full suitcases because we were traveling just for 2-3 days. So we pack our bags, and we are now, we just check out at the hotel, and we take the shuttle. And you know, it feels like you're awake, but you're not really awake because you are so exhausted emotionally that you hear, but you're not really here. See what I mean? You are just, yeah, you just awake, but your mind is just numb. And it was the same thing for her. She was just not saying anything. So we didn't talk at all. And we arrive at the airport, same thing, we're not talking. I think she just called her mom to tell her that we were on our way to Atlanta. I don't know what she told her mom. She came back, and now we are in the plane. So now we're sitting in the plane, and as we're sitting in the plane, as we are, okay, I'm gonna use that. As we're sitting in the plane, I'm not really thinking about nothing. I'm just tired. And so we have, I don't remember how long to go to Atlanta, maybe 2 hours. I don't remember. 3 hours, I think. And I just fall asleep before the takeoff. And I just, like it's just a quick 2-minute nap, like while you're waiting for the taxi of the plane. And as I open my eyes, I see a little paper in front of me, folded paper in front of me. And in my head, I said to myself, I'm gonna open the paper and he's gonna say, I'm so sorry, I love you. And I'm ready to actually end this fight and be like, oh, it's okay, forget about it, let's kiss and like it's over, like, and let's move on. So I take the paper, I open the paper, and I know what I'm gonna read. She's gonna say, I'm sorry, nada. And in the paper, it's written, you ignore me all morning, you such a bastard, fuck you. We take off. When we arrive in Atlanta, my manager, she arrived and she says, "Ben alors les enfants, qu'est-ce qu'il c'est?" I was like, get this person away from me now. So my manager takes her. She's talking to her. I don't want to know. I go with the other team. They take me to the apartment. My manager take her to a hotel. She comes back and she says, okay, I put her in a hotel. I think she's going to be there for 2-3 days until her plane leaves to Paris. Don't worry, everything is taken care of. I paid already. I removed from your from the whole budget of the tour. Blah 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 blah. She's fine. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna stay with her as you're staying with the other people, and you're going to do interviews. You have this. So she gave me my whole planning, and she tells me, listen, she's a girl. I don't want to leave her alone. I said, yeah, please take care of her. Make sure that she gets in the plane, etc. So 3 days pass. Wait, it's almost the end. 3 days pass, and it's time for her to go. So my manager comes back. She comes to the apartment, and she tell me, oh, I took your girl to. I said, no, my ex. She says, no, I took her to the plane. She left safely. She left a letter for you. Oh, Joel, what up? So she said that she left a letter for you. Okay. So she left me a full 6-page letter. 6 pages of. I understand that my attitude and the things I said, the things I did were this, that. Blah, 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 blah. I want to tell you that you are really a great man, and I really had an amazing time with you. But yeah, maybe we need this time away from each other to understand what we need from life. As I told you, I need stability in my life. Blah 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 blah. A long letter it was a great read. She really said sorry for all these things, and she said, listen, you're a great person, you're a good man, maybe we're just not compatible, etc. And listen, I just want to tell you that I'm sorry, thank you for everything, and maybe one of these days. And finish reading this letter, continue living my life, finish my tour. I think I stayed in Atlanta another 2 weeks, something like that. And when I came back to Paris, she was at the airport. And I was like, what are you doing here? So I came to get my man. I was like, yo. And yeah, we went home, had sex, and I went back straight in it. Put some fire if the story is crazy. I'm almost done. I went back straight in it for another month. And during that month, I'm not going to tell again the rest of the stories, but it was a bunch of crazy stories, including stories where somebody's insulting you, going crazy, and when you tell her to get out, she remove her clothes, and then you had sex, and you do this 4 times in the night until it hurts, and then at a point you on a bridge just asking yourself, like, what are you doing here? But how this story ended was that at a point in the 3rd month, that for me, when I think about her, I feel like I did 3 years, but actually in the 3rd month of constant stuff. Like, I remember one day she tells me she's pissed at me because somebody saw me going to the movies with a girl, and she describes the girl, and I said, did this girl had a red dress? And she's like, yeah, exactly, that's what they told me. You see, you a bastard, y'a pas de fumée sans feu. And I'm like, so where were you Sunday? And she was like, I was with you. Say, yeah, and what did we do Sunday? And she was like, we went to the movies. And said, what was the color of your dress Sunday? She was like, red. I said, what's wrong with you? People saw me with you. And she's like, oui, mais y a pas de fumée sans feu. I was like, yo, listen. So she had a best friend that her husband dumped her for a younger girl. And that best friend was just filling her with all the insecurities. And me, I was like, why am I paying for something that I didn't do? Listen, if I keep paying for stuff that I didn't do, I'm going to start doing stuff so that I can pay for something. So at a point, I remember after that night, that was the very long night. I remember I was at the point I was sitting on the street after that night. I was just like, I don't understand, like, you crazy. And the next day I wake up with white dots all over my body. Like if my melanin was leaving. Like if I had, I forgot the name. Michael Jackson. Like if I have white dots everywhere. So I go to the doctor and I tell the doctor, what's going on with me? And the doctor tells me, oh, this is a psoriasis that is caused by stress, especially for people of African descent. When you go through extreme stress, usually that's what happens. It could be something else, but in my opinion, this is the thing. So what you need is just to calm down and to maybe you need some sleeping pills. And I was like, no, I know exactly what I need. I know exactly what I need. And so now I'm looking like a leopard. I'm looking like a tiger. All black and white skin, strange. And I remember having a conversation with my manager. I was with my manager and my booking agent, 2 women. And I'm like, it was kind of, I thought I had vitiligo. And now I'm having a conversation with them in the train. We are going to Switzerland. And I'm telling them the whole thing, like those last 3 months. And I'm like, look at my skin. Look at my skin. This is stress. Like, I'm not a stressed person. And look at me. And they both tell me, listen, we really love her. She's a sweet girl and everything. She's beautiful. But listen, beautiful girls you have all around you beautiful girls. It's time to let her go. And I was like, yeah, I believe it's time to let her go. So I sent her an email. I said, listen, in life, when you want to build something with somebody, if I bring my bricks to build a strong foundation and you build your bricks, but your bricks are explosive, we're going to build something that can just explode and fall like a how you say, castle, chateau de cartes. Like, we can arrive in this situation where listen, I hate to let you go, but I believe that you are not ready to be with somebody. You are not ready to be with somebody, especially somebody like me who tells the truth to people. I'm not gonna let you believe that the way you act is normal when it's not. So personally, I believe that it's better that we stay friends. And blah blah blah, always gonna be there for you, etc. Les phrases de mesure. And I receive an email back. You know, after thinking about it and reading your email, I believe it's true. I agree with you. We have great compatibilities in some places, but others we don't. And maybe I have to work on myself, on my scared of abandonment, etc., etc. So I believe you that, and I understand, I accept your decision. I agree with you. It's time that we let it go. So I was like, oh, well, okay. She accepts the end of the situation of the lifeification of this episode of our lives. Good, I think maybe we can be friends, or fuck friends from time to time. Who knows? And after half an hour, I receive a call from the mother of my son. So at that time, my son is 2 years old. I think we separated probably a year ago, 6 months ago. And she tells me that she needs some money to buy milk and this and that, diapers, all the things for the baby. And I'm like, oh, okay, listen, give me half an hour. I go to Châtelet at the Western Union and I send you the money. Just gonna take a quick shower and I go, because I was just coming back from Switzerland. And I receive a call before I take my shower from the girl I just dumped. I receive a call from her and I'm like, hey. And she's like, yeah, I wanted to speak to you, my real voice, because, ending a relationship like this, Listen, I agree with everything you said in your mail. And I'm like, yeah, you said this in the mail already. Yeah, it's real. Like, it's better we be friends, because actually, I need a guy that is stable, not a singer, So, yeah, I know all that. So this is why I'm letting you go. So it's better for us. Yeah, but and about the things people tell about you. A lot of people are saying that you are a bastard, that you do this, that you have a lot of girls, blah, 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 blah. And I believe it's true. You a motherfucker. Fuck you, and I hang up. And I'm like, damn. I go to the money from the show I just did. I get some money, some cash out of this. I put it in an envelope or in my pocket, I don't remember. I take a quick shower. Once I'm done with my shower, I get dressed, get ready, get ready to go to Châtelet and maybe look at what the homies are doing, what Eligio is doing, what my friends are doing. Maybe we can go to the movies, do something, eat something with the homies. And I step out my house. And so I go to my street, go left, start walking. And as I'm about to cross the street, I hear and I see her car trying to run on me. And I jump in the street. I jump up in the streets. I jump in the streets and I see her in the window looking like a lunatic, and I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, ah. And then she goes and she says, I'm gonna call all your exes. I'm gonna call your baby mom so they can know who you really are. And she goes. And I'm like, did she try to kill me? Did she try to run me over? And I'm like, and I went to the subway. I went to Châtelet to do my thing, but I was shocked. Yep. And that's when it was really over. That's when I was like, nah, if you try to kill me, it's not possible. It's not possible. It's not gonna work. And I think we had sex again, maybe one time or two times, 5 years after that. And then she was like, are we gonna? I was, Then I was over for it. And then after that, I stopped being a man for the streets. You should have seen the way I jumped. It was like all my kung fu movies, like was on the street. So yeah, Poulet Braisé. So listen, all of us, we have an Amber Heard. All of us, we have one. So all this to tell you that while I was watching the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial, he really made me think of her and a few others. But he made me think of that story because she was not a bad person, just bipolar disorder, personality disorder, all these things, disorders. And on the other side, those people are amazing people. Like after all this, when we became, after a few years, around 2008, we start becoming just friends. Not friends, but like from time to time we had a dinner. From time to time, like, hey, how you been? And she actually realized, like, and she told my manager, I really had a good guy and I fucked it up. Now I realize it because she's been working on herself, etc., etc. And I mean, listen, including at my 40th birthday, she was here. She became not a friend, but yeah, she became a friend. But yeah, and every time I haven't seen her, talked to her a long time now. But when I see her, I said, you try to kill me, I'm like, oh no, don't say this. I was just trying to nah. You try to run me with your car. But we have fun about it now. But yeah. So when I was watching Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, I was like, to me, I don't know what happened in their house, so I don't know. But I know that it's possible to have people just make up things in their head and accuse you of stuff. And it's important that men can also protect themselves from this, while at the same time we protect the real victims. But yeah, listen, that was my Poulet Braisé story. I hope you enjoyed that crazy story. If you did, don't hesitate to leave a super chat, and don't hesitate to put some unicorns or some fire or some popcorns in the chat. And Dalia, you missed a crazy story. I told you a little bit of that story, 5-minute version, but today was the 1-hour version. So you have to really go watch the whole show again to hear this crazy story. It is what it is, man. Yeah. What am I gonna do? Poulet braisé, Amber chicken. This is the kind of lady that might choke you while you're sleeping. I never felt in danger, and only that day that I was like, nah, I'm not going back there. I'm sure most of your exes are still paying therapists. It's possible. What you mean? All right, listen, I got stories for days, but I'm trying to keep this show under 2 hours. Yeah, listen. You sorcery for you are attracted by every disorder. Now, listen, I got married to a normal person. More or less, she's normal. She's just, I mean, she's half Russian, half Guinea-Bissau, so sometimes she has some anger issues, but she would be a normal Congolese girl. So she's far away from you talk when you try to stab my cousin. So please. Yeah. Hey. But crazy. Listen, I hope you enjoyed that story. This show was brought to you by Shada, where the gods of good fortune. Thanks to all the subscribers. And I'm gonna leave you with what I'm gonna leave you with. I'm gonna leave you with my latest track as Monsieur de Shada. The name is Kenza, and this never changed. Oh my god, I'm tired of this plugin. It's called Kenza by Monsieur de Shada, and I will see you Sunday, and we'll talk about, whatever you want. If you think about something you want to talk Sunday, get in my Discord and bring the subject. All right. So I'll see you when I see you. See you Sunday, my guys and my gals. Peace.